Greetings everyone, my name is Steele, and welcome back to Perceptions of the Dead Volume 2. On our last adventure, Jill and Owen came upon a plethora of nulls who happened to be collecting all in a single location, which turns out to be ground zero for the ritual Marcus's family was conducting so many years ago. There was also another girl there who seemed to have knowledge of the ritual and is altering it to suit her nefarious means, so to speak. She doesn't seem like she's really in this to make friends, as it were. Now, I don't know what the hell's going to happen here. It seems like we're coming up to the end stretch of this game, and I'm going to be really sad if this ends, because it's starting to get really, really good. Now we're going to pick things up with Ripley and Marcus, and hopefully they're going to come upon Jill and Owen and find out if they can lend a hand to their little predicament that they found themselves in. Ripley followed 10 feet behind. Marcus looked back, and as their eyes met, she stopped, letting him get further ahead.
Oh, come on! You really thought Tyrone was the reason nothing bothered this place? He hadn't been there for 4 years!
It made sense if you had heard stories of him. If you could sense his power.
You think I fucking can't? Gah! Like, how do you think he got that strong? Humans don't normally live long enough to gather that kind of power, not naturally.
But what you did? What was that?
Look, it's a long story, and now is really not the time to tell it.
Oh, I think now is the time to tell it. You have piqued my curiosity, my friend.
Which came first, him or you?
A pointed silence was Marcus's only response.
That ability. It's the same he used on that null back when he met Tulip, isn't it?
Look, I don't want to talk about it.
What are you, 2?
Marcus turned, stepping towards her.
I said I don't want to talk about it!
Ripley went silent for a moment as Marcus marched away.
Fine. I'll let you keep quiet. For now.
Ooh, I'm liking where this is heading.
Fun times!
Wait, what? Fucking Owen. Jill screamed as she proceeded to engage in the only martial technique she had ever developed over her life, that of a hasty retreat. Owen hung above her shoulder, matching her pace.
Oh goodness! Oh butts! Oh tart fruit or pancake waffles!
Jill had her phone up, and in desperation, she called for aid to the world.
Please! Please! Anyone! I need help. I didn't think this through. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in over my head. I don't know how or why or how much of a DEgITx machina it is for you to show up out of nowhere to save me. But seriously, half of you are ghosts and the other half are like wizards and acolytes and stuff, and someone has to be nearby and able to help! I'll do anything!
Will you stop trying to get rid of me?
Yes! Anything! Wait, what?
Whoa, what the hell? What kind of JoJo pose is this?
Owen! You're half naked!
I need to expose my sweet tats for this, brah.
Okay, yeah, sure, but why your pants?
Because he needs to expose his sweet bulge, brah. It was in that silence that Jill noticed Owen's 2 fingers connecting 2 separate tattoos. She subsequently noticed that the symbols covering Owen's chest were not unlike those that littered the floor.
Holy habanero. Owen, what? I mean, just what?
Is he gonna act as a conduit? Owen's response was to simply tap a few more runes, and like a gust of leaves in a gale, the 2 closest nulls simply blew away, flying through the air and out a distant wall. As the floor grew brighter in the distance, Jill could see Kiki desperately trying to alter the runes, already alive with whatever unnatural power fueled them.
These runes! God, what did you do to my spell?
That was when the doors opened and Ripley and Marcus stepped inside. Ripley had seen a lot during her time. Over 200 years of unlife would guarantee that, even for a recluse like her. Decades spent hiding, desperate to not be found, disguising her very existence for the sole purpose of continuing that eternal existence. She, at times, would wonder what she might have missed. Her fear of nulls, of acolytes, of demons, severing her from the world at large. And yet, in all her imagination, she never could have quite envisioned this. Owen was barely a flicker of a psyche as he drew upon his own essence to perform a banishment more powerful than any she has seen any acolyte perform. Jill was a beacon, her connection with Owen the only thing keeping each motion of his hands from ending his existence. Tyrone was strung up on some complicated construction of psychic energy. And there, kneeling on the floor, was a regular human. There was no doubt about that in Ripley's mind. The woman was desperately trying to alter shining runic symbols with her bare hands.
You're an expert on ghost stuff, right? You got any idea what's happening here?
Probably less than you do, actually.
We go help Tyrone?
We should stop that girl first.
What are they up to?
Looks like they're trying to rework a ritual at the last minute, with Tyrone as the focus.
Sounds bad?
Yeah, it might be. But we may do more damage if we interrupt them.
Right now, I'm of a mind to help Tyrone first and worry about the consequences later.
Then allow me. She'll hardly be the first acolyte I've had to deal with.
And with that, Ripley surged forward. Whoa, look at her face. She about to snap, yo. Kiki gonna catch these ghost hands.
Hey, guys, it's your girl, Jill Count here. We're live streaming to you live from the Supernatural Battle Royale in the creepy gymnasium in misty mornings.
Jill, is it really the time for this?
To be honest, I have very little clue as to what exactly is going on right now. So I'd be like a chess player trying to commentate on a Dota match if I tried. Still, few big updates. There's Owen, who's apparently a ghost wizard.
Sweet.
Which explains a few things. Ha! Just kidding, that makes 0 sense! Also, holy teriyaki sauce, I thought he died as like a dumb straight-edge frat boy. Just look at those tats! He looks like a Yakuza boss or something. And that's Ripley, strangling Kiki. Hopefully not to death.
I love how lackadaisical she is about this whole situation.
She hates me for some reason, and to be honest, I was kind of resentful of her success as a streamer, especially given that I haven't been able to stream to living people in 3 months. To be honest, the more I think about it, the more I realize I don't know any of these people, let alone their motivations, very well. I feel like I've gotten closest to Owen, but yeah, wow, apparently not. And to be honest, now I feel bad for not asking more. He was in college when he died, I know that much. I wonder where he studied, Scholomance? Not the WoW one, the Transylvanian one.
Oh, I was gonna say, awesome WoW reference.
Oh, look, something's happening in the middle there with... Oh no. I forgot about Tyrone!
Jill nearly dropped her phone as she started, seeing now that the lattice work of unnatural ice holding Tyrone had begun to glow.
I need just a little more, brah.
And for the first time, she felt the connection to Owen, not as some ephemeral, intangible nothing, but a connection as real as a steel cable between them. Then she felt the pull, sharp and painful, like a hook was dragging at her internal organs.
Owen! What are you doing?
Oh, I think he's taking her life essence.
Just a little more.
Let him have it. Stop him now. No, Owen, I don't like where this is going. Don't kill me. Jill could only glance at her phone briefly enough to see a big red X emoji in the chat.
Damn it! Owen! No!
The connection snapped, and as the explosion struck her, she could remember nothing, not even where she was. Dead end. Don't give up. What the hell just happened? What was with Neon Cat going across the screen? What the hell is going on? Okay, so apparently stopping Owen from taking more of whatever the hell he's taking from me causes the game to end. That is the first game over I've ever experienced in this. That was kind of weird, so I guess now we're just gonna let him have it. Jill turned to her phone. Chats of do it, and Jill of Earth, give me your energy. And similar memes trail down her chat in a stream. Raise up your hands to share your energy and perform the spirit bomb.
Just do it, loser!
Jill braced herself and let the current flow, the connection between them completely open. A familiar sensation of dizzy lightheadedness. A familiar sensation of dizzy lightheadedness like giving blood made her knees shake. As the explosion struck her, she could not help but remember everything. Oh, these are Owen's memories. Hey, who's really going to work with the science on this whole thing? Huh. A glimpse of the past. Achievement unlocked. Owen floated above Jill, his form that of the potato-esque ghost. None of the aspects of the imitating ghost wizard from before adorned this visage, and he stared at her with a dopey smile and glassy eyes that reminded her of nothing of, if not a golden retriever.
Good morning, brah.
Good morning, Owen.
She leaned forward and a hand caught her.
Please, miss, don't get up. We don't know the full extent of your injuries.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I don't really know myself. Not my job. Looks like a gas leak to me. Miracle you four survived.
That sounds like Andy.
I'm gonna put you in a neck brace, okay? You won't be able to turn your head, but it'll keep you from doing any more damage if we're looking at spinal injury.
Okay.
Jill didn't like the feeling of imprisonment that came with the brace, but she wasn't exactly a medical professional, so who was she to argue? The feeling redoubled as she was strapped to the gurney.
Hello, Miss Count.
Jill couldn't place the voice, and yet something about it rung intimately familiar.
Is she well enough for me to speak to her?
She's not bleeding out, but there could be,
I will make it brief. A moment alone, if you will.
Who are you?
I'm with the police. I have a few questions for you, Miss Count.
That's not my name.
Ah, but more know you by that name than by your actual name, no?
How do you know that?
I'm from the government.
They know everything!
Now, my first question. Were you aware of your friend Owen's abilities before you came here?
What are you talking about?
Owen, you speak of him at great lengths on your stream.
Oh, that's all in character stuff. He's a ghost. It's supposed to be like a whole fictional world thing.
Good answer.
Jill heard the scratch of pen on paper.
And your association with Miss Eliza Ripley and Mr. Marcus Rookard?
Jill's mind raced. Did Ripley show up on her camera? Should she acknowledge them? Go for a vague answer? She felt an instinct that almost disappointed her as she wished for the chance to ask her chat for advice.
They're in on it too, like me and Owen.
Another expertly evasive answer. I am impressed.
Evasive?
She heard the soft crunch of gravel as the government agent stepped forward. Her jaw would have dropped if it could have, as Death in a Suit stepped forward.
What are you? What are you going to do?
Miss Count, please. It's not a matter of what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Okay, JFK, take it easy there.
Please bring her to the hospital. Make sure she has no injuries, and please call us if anything comes up.
The AMT took a card with glassy eyes and nodded. Then Jill, still stunned, was loaded into the back of an ambulance and driven away. Wait, 4 survivors? Which 4? Were they all even actually alive? This ghost business is getting ridiculous. Marcus slowly rose. His head was killing him.
Oh, what happened?
Bright light filled his vision as his eyes finally parted. A hospital room.
You had a concussion. Jill is gonna have a few scars, but the only reason she passed out is because of Owen's psychic draw on her.
What happened?
For one, we failed to stop the ritual.
Oh god, Tyrone!
Under medical observation. He's in a coma, but the doctors don't know what's wrong with him.
Do you?
No. To be honest, I barely even recognize him.
He's that disfigured?
Ha. No, I mean in a psychic sense.
Do you have any idea what that ritual was?
No. Maybe if it had still been there when I had gone back. But the entire gymnasium is in ruins now. And those symbols, I've really only seen them individually, used by acolytes and ancient eldritch stuff. That floor had hundreds of them.
Do you know at all what we stumbled into?
Well, I have one.
Ripley came to the side of Marcus's bed and set down a wallet.
Who did you get this from?
The girl who kidnapped Tyrone? She's still unconscious. She took a hit a bit worse than yours.
Marcus flipped open the wallet with bated breath. Kimberly Rookard. It could not have been more mundane. Membership cards, a credit card, a debit card, an ID with the now familiar face.
Okay, where is the spooky part?
Ripley rolled her eyes and pointed to the name. Kimberly Rookard.
Well, would you look at that?
Jill Count!
Yeah! Yes?
You know, when I saw you, I thought I recognized you.
The man stood up from behind the counter, showing the screen of his laptop with a grin. It had her streaming page open. It had dozens of videos she didn't recognize, and all of them possessed of a clear horror theme. What the bitter fritter was all this?
You know, I gotta be honest, I didn't follow you before, but I had heard of you on paranormal boards. Thought you looked familiar, and it took me like 5 seconds to find you last night. Ended up skipping out on sleep to finish your backlog. I don't even care if it's all fake. The stuff you've been doing for the last 3 months has got to be the best series I have ever seen in my life. Wait, are you like Keanu Reeves and prefer your privacy, or do you mind if I gush?
Oh no, please, feel free to gush. To be honest, I haven't checked my social media for real since I, started the project. Because Owen turns any internet connection I touch into baby's first dial-up.
This most recent section with the nulls? Dude, the section with me? Just amazing. I love it. Okay, between you and me, did you blow up the gym on purpose?
No!
Still, it made for a hell of a finish. Oh, that reminds me. Tyrone checked in earlier today.
I'm sorry, what? He was in the...
Jill bit her tongue and looked up towards the rooms. A man in a black hood looked down on her, Owen leaning nonchalantly against the railing to his side, clearly speaking.
Never mind. I need to go speak with him.
Would you mind if we talk more later?
I'd really appreciate that, actually.
Oh, and fair warning, I saw a detective, or maybe a Fed head up there with him.
Jill froze.
What did the agent look like?
Dark suit, sunglasses, earpiece, reminded me of Agent Smith.
Mr. Anderson.
Anything else? Skin color? Hair?
Jill watched silent horror as the man's eyes seemed to glaze.
I I think he had dark hair.
Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Jill rushed up the stairs and found herself facing the trio. Not sure of where to begin, she stayed silent, waiting for the others to speak. None chose to do so, opting instead to all meet her gaze. As the time passed, Owen began to hum.
Okay, that's enough of that. You're still alive! Why are you a ghost?
Astral projection?
You stop humming. And you! What even are you?
Tyrone made to speak, but a gesture from the figure in the hood and suit silenced him.
Tyrone is no ghost. A term for what he is doing might be astral projecting.
Holy shit, I am good! Ho ho!
I am Agent Smith. Like from The Matrix, yes, I've heard the joke before, Owen.
He kind of sounds like him, too.
A term for me might be Tulpa, or perhaps God, if you're a fan of Neil Gaiman's work.
Ooh, a tulpa.
I prefer the term used among certain acolytes and dead people. Demon.
So you're...
Get this. He's literally a government spook. That's classic.
And Tyrone?
When his body was sent flying, so was his soul. Owen helped me to find him. To think that Chazz Owen Dunwich persists despite his death is, I must admit, terribly convenient. And we haven't had a proper medium in our employ since the 70s.
Wait, who's the medium?
You.
I don't work for you.
You don't. Odd. And here I thought most ghosts didn't have bank accounts, let alone streaming subscriptions. Not to mention how good you are at listening to commands.
Ew. Oh, that explains a lot. So, what do you want from me?
Simple. Keep doing as you are. There's always another happening haunting our hallowed halls, and a medium with a ghost wizard familiar, well, that seems too powerful a tool to ignore.
Can you at least help me with Owen?
Brah.
His haunting is driving me crazy.
If you need help, you really should ask the expert.
Then let me talk to Tyrone.
What? No. I have to get Tyrone back to his body. I meant Mr. Dunwich.
Owen!
Sup, brah?
Now, do you have any other questions?
Jill looked down on her phone.
A lot, actually. How normal is all this? It seems like since Halloween, my world has undergone a paradigm shift. Like, the fundamental forces of the world are completely different than what I was taught.
In brief, it's not. That's the entire point. That's why we wanted you here. That's why we want people like Tyrone. People undervalue the importance of normalcy. As children, we imagine ourselves unique. Imagine that gives us significance. And to a point, we are right. But true aberrations that cause disruptions to what the world knows as normal? No one really wants those. We like to know that gravity will always be bringing us down. And so, Jill Count, some of us step into the guano so that our clocks keep ticking and compasses keep pointing north.
Guano! Sounds highly familiar.
That was a wordy response. But I get it.
I reserve the right to be expansive in my descriptions. Anything else?
Yeah, actually. If I'm working for you, can I get a healthcare package?
A stunned silence followed.
No.
Aw.
What about dental or 401k?
No.
Any chance you know why Tulip is in my phone?
A pause. Tyrone clearly attempted to say something, surprised to find himself silent. The agent looked back to Tyrone and then forward at Jill. He adjusted his tie and then his suit.
Tulip is in your phone.
Marcus limped slowly into the hotel, and it was then that he remembered.
Stairs! weakness!
It could be worse. You could be here alone. Stay here. I'll get our stuff.
I'm pretty sure only Jill and I brought anything.
I was trying to sidestep the fact that you're making me carry all your crap. Jill already has her things loaded. So really, I'm going upstairs to play bellhop for you.
Well, I am eternally grateful for your kindness.
You better be.
With that, Marcus watched Ripley ascend the stairs.
Wow, she really likes you.
Oh, jeez, you snuck up on me.
Nah, you were just distracted. Anyway, checking out, I assume?
Yeah, enough adventure and misty mornings for all of us.
I imagine. I think you drowned our town's entire adventure supply for the next decade in one go. Want me to just charge it to the card we have on file?
Yep.
Oh, and before I forget, you had a letter come in while you were at the hospital.
A letter? Who the heck would know to reach me here?
No idea, but it wasn't like some creepy dude in a cloak delivered it. It came in with the regular mail.
The man handed the letter off to Marcus, and what struck Marcus was not that it was extraordinary, but how mundane it looked. The damn thing looked like it was probably going to contain spam or a credit card offer.
Thanks.
Marcus limped to a seat in the foyer and tore the letter open. Dear Mr. Rookard, it read. I don't know if it's gonna... I'll just read it. We are happy to hear our bloodline persists in you. We assure you that you and Kimberly are not alone, nor are the Nulls our only legacy. We look forward to speaking to you in the future. Sincerely, House Rookard. Oh, it was going to continue it anyway. God damn it.
Ah, shit.
Okay, Owen? Or do you prefer Chazz?
No way, Chazz is my father. I go by Owen.
Wow, an entire family of bros.
Brah.
So, you know magic? Is that what that was?
Brah, hardly. It's more like spiritual essence circuits.
So do you remember anything?
Some. Mostly, it's all a fog, brah. But it's getting better thanks to you.
Well, you're welcome, I guess. And I'll keep my promise. No more trying to get rid of you.
Nice.
But this is going to be a two-way relationship.
You want to know what I know? No, I get it.
Is that something you can do?
I don't know, maybe? It's hard to think sometimes.
Owen's eyes seemed to glow glassy at that, and he began to flicker to his more potato-y, I would say potato-y ghost form.
Are we ready to go?
I'm back and ready to go.
I guess I am too.
From the rooftop,
I've got the dumbasses bags.
Shout it out,
Dude,
ready to
let's
go.
keep it PG.
Shout
For
it
Jill.
out, shouting
I've got the
out,
bite
ready
cheese
to
bags.
go.
There we go. I think.
I suppose we're ready to go too. I've got Owen, and Tulip is still stuck in my phone, so we have everyone but Tyrone.
As little as I like her, I'm glad she wasn't eaten by a Null.
Jill felt her phone chirp in her pocket, but chose to ignore whatever message Tulip had sent.
Is it okay to leave Tyrone? He hasn't woken up yet, right?
Who said anything about that?
Tyrone! I thought you were in a coma!
No, just learning new things.
Good to see you up and alive, Tyrone.
You too, Ripley. Well, you catch the sentiment. And you must be the famous Jill Count.
Tyrone extended a hand.
I've watched some of your stuff. You're insane, you know that, right?
That's pretty much the only explanation I have for my life right now. So yeah, I do.
If we're going to do a caravan, anyone want to come with me?
Me! I'm going with Tyrone. Here, Ripley, you can drive my car.
Marcus threw the keys, but it was Jill who snatched them from the air.
No way are you driving again!
Fine. I call the back seat. I'm going to rest.
I'll drive.
Can you do that?
Oh yeah, totes.
I suppose it'll be a trust-building exercise.
Jill carefully proffered Owen the keys, fully expecting them to slip through his hand and strike the ground. A small part of her sang as she saw his hand close around them and lift. He was getting better.
No flying off the road, okay?
Flying on the road is okay, though.
Sure.
Cool. Cool.
Jill climbed into the car.
Cool. Very cool.
Owen, not liking that face you're giving me right now. Achievement unlocked. City limits. Perceptions of the Dead 2. Man, can't end it on it like that. Such a cliffhanger. This just got so good. Yeah, Tyrone's voice actor did change. I was right. Oh, they credited Raven, but I don't remember her being in this. Oh, we got bloopers?
Da 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 da, Buddy Holly. Blah blah something, Mary Tyler Moore. She's dead now, but I guess I am as well. I should look her up.
Nice. I love Owen.
Thing. I'm loving that SoCal lifestyle. I'm not loving that noise from upstairs. I wish my upstairs neighbors would be a little more considerate of me and my needs. I'm gonna take that one again. I'm loving that SoCal lifestyle. I said it. It's the thing I always say, that you have me say in this for real. That's very kind of you.
That joke is not bad. I love it. Choo choo. Choo choo. Choo choo.
Wait, did I wander into a nearly identical room? There's an airplane, or possibly a helicopter, in this identical room. Listen to it go. Such a majestic feat of craftsmanship. A lot of people worked really hard, some of them with children and families, others alone, but all of them had moments that culminated in the existence of that helicopter. And we need to take a moment to appreciate that. It's not just about us in this little recording area. There's a whole world out there, full of helicopters and the people who make them.
I love that he's still in character, even though so many interruptions are occurring during his lines.
Oh, that's a word I have to say. Automatonophobia. Oh no. Automatonophobia. 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 I'm glad I don't have autonomophobia, but nailed it!
And the more you say it, it'll eventually lose its meaning.
Light the brazier. Preparations are made. Yeah, in hindsight, Light the brazier is, it's really early feminism, or maybe second wave. I don't know when bra burning was a thing. I slept through my gender studies class. That's Owen. Alex, the actor, paid rapt attention during his gender studies class, but it was like 5 years ago, so the details of when bra burning was a thing. I want to say the 70s, but I could be confusing that with something. Yeah, like the brazier would be silly, and it would really, for him to be saying that in this ghost summoning situation, would be silly. For him to say it in other situations, probably also weird, because I don't know, I feel like that's sort of co-opting another group's thing, because, like, I don't know, I hope Owen's an ally, but still, like, he needs to, like, that's not the place of an ally, you know, to actually do the thing. It's more of a support role. Then again, there's different schools of thought on that. So, like, you know, it's know what to do. Be there without, like, co-opting the whole experience and all of it. Anyway, this has been my TED Talk. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Thanks for playing. Aw, man, I don't want this to end. Oh, it was so good. New story coming soon. I really hope it does. That's kind of creepy. Holy crap. All right. Okay, let me get into my final thoughts here. That's so cool, that change. I like that Jill's got runes over her eyes now, showing that she's now obtained, like, a new form of power. Oh, man. Okay, so I don't even know where to freaking start with this. This story from beginning to end was absolutely interesting. I will admit, though, it really started to pick up right here towards the final hour of this game, and part of me wishes that it had this gripping storytelling from the very start, because Volume 1 started off really goofy. It was like a very, almost like a long-winded subtlety to it to get you eased into the whole world that was built here. So I wish a lot more of this kind of occurred during Jill's story, and especially during Tyrone's. Like, Tyrone's first 2 chapters were pretty intense, but because of the lack of the artwork and the animation that this volume had, you didn't really get, like, the full essence as to what was going on. You kind of had to go off of the narration, which wasn't a bad thing. I just wish there was more of a visual presence so I could get a better idea as to what was really happening. Because you can imagine so many different things just by reading what's going on, and you could always misinterpret the context. But this was absolutely amazing, and I really wish Volume 3 was out. I can't say for certain if there's gonna be one, because I looked at the studio's Kickstarter that they had going for Volume 1 and 2, and they didn't meet their goal for Volume 3. They had a $4,000 goal for Volume 3, and they were only a little over half of that. So I don't know if it's just a delay on this. I'm going to try to look more into it because I am fascinated by this story. I want to see if it continues and how it continues, and if Volume 3 is the penultimate end to this whole story. But to be introduced to these characters, like, they are really well written. The voice acting, the reviewers were not joking. The voice acting was astounding. Artwork was absolutely beautiful. I loved the cleanup in Volume 2, especially with Jill's character. Owen's character, I kind of wish he had a bit of a change to him. He's kind of stayed the same from when he was introduced in Volume 1, but his character in of itself, absolutely awesome. I am glad that he didn't change at all. He was still that laid-back, cool-headed bro that, you know, just wanted to enjoy his afterlife and was just happy to be around someone and have someone to talk to. Tyrone, definitely friggin' interesting as all hell, and I want to get to know what happened between him and Marcus. How did Tyrone obtain the power that he did? Marcus knows how Tyrone got his power, and it seems like Marcus was key for Tyrone to obtaining the level of power that he now possesses. And I'd like to see Jill flourish a little bit more in understanding how she is connected to Owen and have her sort of develop powers of her own and become a little bit more of a help in this little venture of understanding why things are happening in her world. Because now you got the government involved, which has a literal government spook working for them. The EMT sounded like Andy, yet they never showed his face, so I'm wondering if he is sort of like a hunter in terms of like Sam and Dean from Supernatural, where he poses in these different jobs to try to allow himself to be able to traverse different sceneries and different locations without anyone seeing him. Oh man, this is so good. I'm so sad to see this end. I kind of want to hit play and see what happens. Yeah, pick a story. Undercover Undead coming soon. So Misty Mornings was the first chapter of Volume 2. So Undercover Undead is going to be the second chapter. Man, I really hope this gets done. But anyway, I could ramble on and praise this till the end. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this that I could think of. No cons at all, just all pros. So I'm going to link their website down below where you can download this. I'll probably also link it directly from Steam so you can get it from there if you'd like. Check this out for yourselves. It's definitely worth the playthrough, and you're supporting an awesome indie company, which I feel like deserves way more praise. And from what I looked at, they have done other interactive stories like this that I feel like I'm going to check out. They have like a medieval one that deals with a lot of magic and like wizards and warriors and something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm definitely going to check that out. If it's anything like this, I might throw it up on the channel as well. But that's going to be enough for me, and that does it for now for Perceptions of the Dead Volume 2. Again, I hope this chapter, or at least the next chapter, comes out and this volume does continue. But anyway, I'm going to pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then thrush your mouths upon that like button. Keep playing it awesome, and I'll see you all on my next adventure.